Episode 2, I've made it. Consistent back-to-back videos, so I need to be able to follow this up for the next day. So stay tuned and see how I go. But in today's video, we're going to wrap the year, talk about where the hobby's heading right now. I'm going to share my overall experience with how I started, based off the current YouTubers that's inspired me. So overall, some good news and some bad news in the hobby, and really the focus sets of my collection to wrap up the video. So let's start. The wrap up of the year has been pretty insane, pretty crazy over the past couple of years. Particularly, the cards have been really scarce, and there's been a lot of demand on getting these cards where stores like Target and Kmart, JB, the Pokemon card has been going crazy. And so, where the market is right now, since October, November, it's kind of cooled down with some new sets that's been introduced. But ever since July, we came out with Pokemon 151, and then following that, after a couple of months, we've had Prismatic and Distant Rivals. It's really made the year pretty crazy. The good news is that there's been a good correction, which is really important. But the bad news is we're going to see a lot of people, a lot of like cards, and a lot of people leave the hobby, which is unfortunate. And they're going to move over to other TCGs, which I don't hate for, but for me, it's just too much information for me to digest. I just don't have that bandwidth, so I'm just going to focus on Pokemon. And the main Pokemon sets I'm going to focus on is really 151, Prismatic Evolutions, and Distant Rivals. And the reason I am passionate about this, I'll talk more in the next videos, but 151 is what brought me back into the hobby. Prior to this, I was in the sports card trading, and I was really passionate about basketball, and I've still got my sealed, PSA graded cards, and I still keep that. That's really sentimental and important to me. But I am really focusing on sealed collection going forward, and I'm really positive and optimistic about these sets, which is 151, Prismatic Evolutions, and Distant Rivals. So we'll see how they hold up in the next 10 years, and hopefully this is something my daughters can still continue enjoying as well. And so I will talk about specific products of them specifically that I have purchased and that I am looking into getting. So right now, since July, like I mentioned, I started collecting and started ripping packs just for fun, and then I slowly got into more of the sealed game. And some of the sealed collection I currently have are in storage units back in Australia. I'm here based in Vietnam at the moment, and that's another topic which I'll talk about a little bit later. So that's it. I'll wrap up the video now. I don't want to keep it too long, but essentially I want to make some good positive content, particularly from Australian living in Vietnam, and want to document that. I feel like that's pretty niche, and I want to do this so that my girls can look back at this. So that's the purpose of these videos. And so there's a lot of good people in the hobby, Sam's Shiny Stocks and Poke Oz and Pokene and Alpha Investments with Rudy. And so these guys seem like really genuine good guys, and they make good consistent content. And so that's inspired me to make kind of my own style of content. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you continue watching for episode 3, which will be tomorrow.